Hey, bookish besties, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Jen, and I'm here to announce some chaos. Grab your favorite coffee or glass of wine and settle in. November is the time of year for crisp air, cozy food, gratitude, and NetGalley. That's right, it's time for NetGalley 2.0. Created by Nicole from Dusty Book Sniffers and Koda from Your BookTube Bestie, and co-hosted by 20 of your closest YouTube friends. You'll hop aboard the 24-hour sprint train where your host will be sprinting 24/7 for the entire month of November. So the big question is, should you join? Yes. No matter where you get your ARCs or ALCs from, you can join the party. Don't read ARCs? Join the party. You just want some late night chaos? Join the party. Need to be productive? Join the party. Seriously, just join the party. How? In the description box, you'll see a link to Nicole's announcements video where you'll find access to the Discord. There you'll find sign-up sheets, FAQs, TBRs, recommendations, all the things. This year, though, Nicole and Coda have added an extra layer of fun. This year, we're going to find a bingo board, a game board, and for those of us who don't like to make decisions, a spinner wheel. All right, let's talk TBRs. I have 48 books and audiobooks that I need to complete and review, and my percentage is currently at 20%. I have chosen to use the bingo board for this challenge, mostly because it gives me a little bit more control in my pile of possibilities. So let's take a look at what we've got. I'm going to share my screen a little bit and walk through kind of what I've decided to do for this November TBR. So what you're seeing here is my bingo board that Nicole and Koda created for us. And on this bingo board, I've got all 24 pile of possibility books. And I'm going to kind of show you where I'm putting each one so that you can see kind of how it's going to lay out. And then we'll talk through some of the non-book prompts and some of the prompts that I have not chosen books for yet because I wasn't quite sure. So I'll just go quickly kind of in order, line by line. Pick up a story with a one-word title. I'm going to use Chatterbox for that. I think this was a book that I had put on my NetGalley a long time ago and never really get around to it, just like most of these. But that's what we're going to choose for this one. I did have to do some sort of strategy thinking on this because there are books that I have that would go for multiple prompts. So I've done all of that work on the back end and we're just going to plug and play from here. Choose something with a color in the title. I've chosen Silver Elite. I know this was a hot topic book for a while for a lot of people. So we are going to definitely try to get that one in if the dice plays fair with us. LGBTQ representation, I am going with Seduction Theory. A book under 200 pages. The only book that I had in my NetGalley that was under 200 pages is History Enhanced. And this is basically a book that takes like Hollywood history and makes it fiction. So the stories the baselines are true, but sort of elevated through fiction. A story that focuses on siblings is going to be These Summer Storms. This was actually a Book of the Month book that I picked up as well. So kind of killing two birds with one stone on that one. I'm going to skip the newest book on your TBR because when this one is rolled, I want to make sure that it is the newest book on my TBR because otherwise it would have just been sort of some random one that I could have used for a different prompt. So we're going to hold off on that one until we roll it live. Try a book that takes place in one day. I really tried to find something that worked for that and was having a hard time. So I'm going to leave that one blank also. And when and if the dice roll this one for me, I'll go into the Discord under the recommendations and see if there's one that I can find that speaks to me that would fit this prompt well. Then that's a request a nonfiction book. So we'll do that when the time comes. This one I also had a struggle with finding initially with at least the books that I already had on my list. So again, with this one, we'll wait till it's rolled, go through recommendations and see if we can find one that works. A cover that is 50% blue. I chose Blackwoods Blue Sky. I'm actually really looking forward to trying this one. It looks scary. Let's see. So nature on the cover, I am choosing To Light the Way Forward. This is an author that I absolutely love. She writes for Hallmark as well. And so she's kind of an auto-buy author for me. I've met her a number of times and she's so lovely. And of course you've got the beach and the sand dunes and the lighthouse. So it seemed like a perfect fit for that one. Select a book from the Listen Now section. I went to the Listen Now section when I was working on my pile of possibilities last week, and this one looked really fun. It's called The Second Story Bookshop. I tend to pick up a lot or almost any book that has anything to do with bookshops or libraries or anything like that. So I'm going to pop that one in there for that dice prompt roll. Favorite publisher. I don't necessarily have a favorite publisher. So I went through all of the books that I had on my TBR and picked a publisher that I have heard of most often. And so that book is going to be The 10-Year Affair, which is also a book of the month book. It's not the one that I picked for that month, but it is also a book of the month book if you're doing sort of double duty there. The book that was 10th on my list, how I did this one and the book 12th on your list, which is down here a couple of rows, is I went ahead and put in every book for the prompts that had a specific thing to them, and then went through the list that was remaining and just picked the 10th one. So for this one, it's 6 Days in Bombay. I do also have the audio arc of this one too, the ALC, on NetGalley. So we'll definitely be immersive reading that one when the time comes, because she's thick and she's dense. The content it felt dense. So we'll definitely be immersed in that one as well. Next one is Read a Horror. So again, I just put everything in order of when they were published, and the first horror book that made sense or that came up is what I grabbed. And so that one for me is going to be The Man Made of Smoke. And that's a recent one that I've added to my NetGalley. I know that October is kind of our spooky vibe. So we'll see how that one comes along if those dice are rolled as well. All right. So Seek Out a Dragon-Filled Adventure. This is one of those ones that I am not looking forward to. I chose Baby Dragon Bakery for this one. I'm sorry, Baby Dragon Bakery. I did enjoy Baby Dragon Cafe. I started reading this one and I got maybe 10-12% in, and I was bored out of my mind. So I am going to give this one another try. I know what the author's intentions were, or at least I presume what the author's intentions were. I do not feel like it is meeting the mark. So this one may be a little bit of a struggle for me, but we're going to try it again. We're going to try to get through it because I need to increase that percentage. Read a book that you know will make me happy. So one thing about me that I've learned in my reading journal since I've gotten back into reading is that I love a feminine focused historical fiction with some drama. And I picked up on a whim The Moonshine Women from NetGalley because it just felt like it had that Guernsey potato peel sort of vibe to it. So I'm going to choose that one for prompt or for book that makes you happy, because those types of books, I just love them. And I think that this will kind of be that same vibe. Reading the synopsis, I think that's the flow of the book. And I'm really excited about that one. So hopefully that dice roll will come very quickly. Another one that I couldn't really find one for was Break a Curse Within the Pages. This one really made my brain hurt a little bit. So I'm going to count on everyone that's participating in NetGalley November to help me find one that fits this prompt well. All right. So read a book with a name in the title. Another book of the month book that I got a NetGalley for is Finding Grace. I have heard very mixed things about this book. So I'm not sure how it's going to go, but again, the first one that had a name in it, and that's what we're going to roll with. I'm going to get through these books if it kills me. Review a cookbook from the Read It Now section. So I love a good cocktail. And so I have learned again on my reading journey since I've gotten back into reading that I love romantasy. So why not merge the two? And I chose the romantasy cocktail book. I definitely will make sure that the cadence of the book and the pictures and the recipes look great. But I probably will try some of these out and let you guys know how it goes. A historical fiction book that I chose was Babylonia. She's a thickie. I do also have the audio advanced listener copy of this one as well. So we'll absolutely be immersive reading this one if it pops up for me. Independent author, I did not choose anything for again. So we'll definitely be leaning into all of you to help me with that one. Again, favorite trope, that doesn't always make sense to me either. I know that there are things like, grumpy sunshine and things like that, but I just read to read and I don't think about that kind of thing. So I don't know what my favorite trope is. So I may just read a type of thriller that I think might make me happy or that might be one that I would vibe with and go from there. But otherwise, I might lean into you guys for help with that one too. All right, a book that is 50% orange. I picked this book up because I was on Sprints with Nicole one night and she mentioned that this book was available and I had to have it. It is called The Serial Killer's Cookbook and I am here for it. I'm so excited about reading this book. Discover a story with secret letters or hidden messages. Again, leaning on everyone here to help me out with that one because I was totally lost. Okay, so in my What's Left Over list, Don't Let Him In by Lisa Jewell was 12th on the list, so we're popping that one in there. I do love a good thriller, so hopefully I'll have a good time with that one. Grab something you can finish in a day. The only thing on here that I felt confident that I could finish in a day was Freida McFadden. To the Moon and Back is going to be my pick for reading something that is out of your comfort zone. I think I picked this one because just the synopsis of the story felt challenging. This was one that was easily going to be something that was going to be out of my comfort zone. Read a book with 2 or more authors. The only book that I had on my list with 2 or more authors was this Golden Girls book, Stories from the Lanai. You guys know I love the Golden Girls, and it felt very fitting that I could fit this book into a prompt somewhere on the bingo board. All right, 3 more left. BIPOC author, Good Dirt. 5-star prediction is going to be Storyteller from me. Let's see, where did I find it? There it is. So not much to say about that. The synopsis looked really good. It felt like kind of the same storyline as the Book of Doors. All of the synopses and the reviews so far have said that this one is kind of like it's a story within a story. So I really loved the Book of Doors, and I think that this is something that I would really enjoy as well. Share your favorite genres on social media. We'll get to that when it comes. Enemies to lovers. I do agree. I like enemies to lovers. It was very difficult for me to find one. I did literally search in NetGalley enemies to lovers and a book popped up. So I did request it. But if I don't get that one in time for this dice roll prompt, I will rely on you guys again. And then last but not least, a book that is 50% pink. That was going to be We Could Be Rats. And then apply for a book out of your comfort zone. So we'll definitely do that when the time comes. All right, my friends. So one more thing that I want to talk about with the NetGalley November is that, I'm armed and ready to tackle this TBR. I'm not the fastest reader, so I needed a game plan. And I have decided to play a little game within the game to try to tackle this list that's going to be read my social screen time. So what does that mean? So what that means is that if you own an Apple phone, there's a feature on your phone where it will tell you how much time during the day you spend on screen time. What I am going to attempt very strongly to do is to take the time that my phone told me that I was on a social app every day and read that much that day. So for example, October 1st, it says that I was on some sort of social platform 3 hours and 43 minutes. And I'm going to take each day, October 1st, October 2nd, and translate that into my reading time for the equivalent day in November. November 1st is a Saturday, no problem. November 2nd, a Sunday, no problem. So what's next? It's your turn. Go watch Nicole's announcement, go to the Discord to join, and then come back in here and pop a comment and let me know that you're in and ready to go. November 1st will be here soon, so grab your ticket, and I will see you all at the train station. Happy reading!